already up.
Cringe.
Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm ready to solve some
Hold up.
case.
I'm holding on. We are in
on
court.
Discord, so I can still talk to you, Alex.
All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's episode of Court
Yeah, I
Date.
got a plan. Well, I haven't applied yet, but I have.
You threw something at me.
I have some ideas. I got some things.
Nah,
in mind.
you can't lie to me. Everything's on camera.
Oh my God.
Everything's
I'm
on
on
camera.
TV.
Everything's
I'm
on
not
camera.
lying. No.
Well, I'm the
I
judge,
didn't
so
throw
what I
shit
say
at you.
goes.
Yeah, okay, well, you'll see on camera that I didn't hit you. I'm pretty confident.
Damn. Guilty as charged.
Damn.
Guilty as charged.
Interesting.
All right. Prosecution, would you like to make your opening statement?
Yeah. For one, Your Honor, he did not walk the plank. Being a bitch, he did not want to jump off the plank, crying about going into the water. And
That is
not
kind of a bitch move.
not to mention the reason he was going walking the plank, it was because he killed the president with a gun.
With a gun.
Damn. That's kind of based, though. All right, defense.
Well, first, before I start building my narrative, I just wish to ask the prosecutor one single question, which is, how is he a bitch? I understand you brought forward some evidence, but I could disprove it, but I just wish to know in what definition of bitch are we using here in this?
Prosecution.
Well, for one, I'm not talking about the bitch as in being whiny and sad. I'm talking about being a bitch about not doing what he's supposed to and going against the narrative.
What? Interesting. Would you say someone who's a bitch and doesn't do what he's supposed to do?
There's a
would do
TV
something
now?
as miraculous as making the dead rise? Does that sound like something a bitch would do to you, Mr. Prosecutor?
Indeed, it would. Like I said, he was going against the current. You know.
Yo, when we get a camera guy?
I'm gonna touch myself. So
I feel like camera guys.
so
should be
interesting.
rolling
I would like
something
just
probably
to
gonna be
note
asked
that making the dead rise like a god is something a bitch would do. That's just interesting. Does that make Jesus Christ a bitch?
I don't know. Jesus Christ was the Son of God, whereas Michael is just some guy.
He is indeed some guy.
He did, however, put the circle in the square hole.
So he's just retarded.
He has his moments, but I can tell you one thing: he's not a bitch. I had one on here. I thought I was going to use it.
Objection, Your Honor.
My only other.
One moment. Please continue.
Oh,
Defense.
yes, okay.
Oh my god, why are my controls
You
like my picture of a corn dog?
He's not a bitch because he sells alcohol to minors.
How do
Not
I
something
put
bitches
it
do.
up?
That's something cool people do.
When you are like
Understand.
drawing on it, hold shift.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, this nigga lying, okay?
Damn.
Objection?
Damn.
Objection?
Eh.
You wanted.
Damn. I think those two just cancel each other out. So prosecution, if you wish to continue.
Yeah, and he didn't sell crack to minors because that would be something a cool guy would do. No, he just sold crack to himself.
Well, he didn't sell crack to minors. He sold alcohol to minors.
I know, I agree. He didn't because he wouldn't do that. Cool guys would do.
To the skies.
Cool guys would do that.
Interesting. So you say, if I may have the floor, you say he had sold crack to himself. However, I have
We,
this
like, get
nice
them to hit
little
each other in
damning
the air.
information here,
Maybe.
proving he has made meth with Walter White. That sounds
that
like
is kind
something
of cool.
someone who's a bitch would do.
That is kind of cool.
Your objection, objection, Your Honor. He did make
Objection is
meth.
what you call out in the middle of them making a statement, not just.
Interesting. Seems like this. Seems like you're not past the bar, Your Honor.
Sure, he did make meth, but he sold it to himself. A true homie would sell it to others. But you know what else a bitch doesn't have? He doesn't have the inward pass.
Damn.
Interesting point. However, I never made the claim that he sold meth to himself. You said that he sold crack to himself.
All right. So what is
But
the?
bringing the counterpoint? He made meth. Not
He did-
Crack.
Oh.
Oh.
Breaking news. Attorney stuns courtroom with drippy fit.
I have one more piece of evidence to bring forward. Would the defendant of such a bitch be as dripped as I am? I think it always
Probably.
stands forward. Yeah, it's in the news. So obviously, I'm dripped out of my fucking mind, and I am friends with this not bitch.
So what I'm hearing is you're taking this case pro bono.
Correct.
Damn. Bro's got no money, no hose, no traction. He's taking
No,
a pro bono
incorrect. I
case.
simply believe he is so not a bitch.
All right, prosecution. Would you like to
indefensible.
call your first witness?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Question.
I'm trying to decide, bitch. Yes, I would like to call the movie producer
That's not
forward.
a Pentagon.
I know.
hello.
Would you agree the fact that the defendant had crack but was not sharing it with you?
Right? 5 sides?
Had
Yeah,
crack but was not
it's
sharing
It's
it
not
with
5
me.
equal sides.
Yes, was he not sharing crack with you?
He was not sharing crack with me.
And after his accusation of being killing the president, he did not walk the plank. Is that correct?
Read all about it. Crack found sold to minors.
Interesting.
But he sold alcohol to minors, not crack.
Well, now he's.
God, you know what would have made that better if it was like a crack in like a wall. That's like they're like mining, like crack sold to miners.
I didn't even
God.
think about that.
Tony missed the joke. Damn.
I'm sorry.
Michael-
That's
Drawing
minus 200 to your social credit score.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Of course, of course. After the arrest of killing the president with a gun, he did not
Excuse
walk
me,
the
excuse
plank,
me,
correct?
I can't focus while I'm being thrown paper at, please. Thank you.
Bless you.
I think that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Not only did he not walk the plank,
extra, read all about it.
motherfucker.
Judge
I've been
found
saying
touch
he can't hit me.
kids, More
He
it
can't
is.
hit me now.
We will
It
be
was
going to
social
court about
credit
this
score.
later.
Not only did he not walk the plank, he did not do his own stunts on set.
He didn't do his own sons. So he did not allow you and the fellow man to share in the crack. He killed the president with a gun and also did not walk the plank. And he does not have an inward pass. That sounds like a bitch to me, Your Honor.
Mm.
Not to
Defense, would
mention...
you like to cross-examine?
Absolutely. Sorry, I was writing down my notes. If I may, you, Mr. Movie Producer, what is your relation to my defendant?
I hired him to be in a role in one of my movies.
Was that role perhaps in relation to Walter White?
Yes, it was actually.
Interesting. Can you confirm or deny if he in fact made meth and not crack?
Hey, can you stop eating so fucking loud?
Possibly
I can hear whenever
both,
you're crinkling.
But more specifically, did he make meth?
He did make meth.
Okay, I guess my case.
Chicken Jackie.
Chicken jockey.
Order
You
in
see,
the court.
Judge, he made meth, not crack. This evidence that the prosecutor is putting forward completely bogus,
Objection.
without foundation.
Your Honor, the witness did say he did make meth, but he did not confirm that he did not make crack.
Hearsay.
I'm not seeing any substantial evidence to that he made crack. I'm gonna strike that from the record. Well, actually, no, that's sold crack to himself. He never claimed that he made crack either, so do a better
In fact,
job.
I'd argue, where is this evidence even being collected from? He sold to himself. That's a private sale. He doesn't
Listen,
need
I
any
don't-
sort of
I
paper
don't
trail
know.
behind that. Michael, fuck my mom's
I love that it's
butt.
on the TV.
If I may, I'd like to bring forward my witness.
Of course.
Mr. Truck Driver, is that your name?
It sure is. Why are y'all laughing at me?
Nothing. So, if my numbers here are correct, he used your services to transport not only the meth that he made, but also the alcohol they sold to the minor. Can you confirm this?
I can confirm that. I've also witnessed him. I did witness him shoot the president too.
That is unfortunately not what I asked you.
Well, it all happened at the same time.
Wow. Hey, he gets around. That doesn't sound like something a bitch would do.
Multitasking.
Second and final question: did he or did he not raise your wife from the dead like Christ?
Did he?
Well, I think
Oh,
you're getting
no.
it mixed up. He shot the president and then brought him back to life and then called him a bitch for dying from being shot.
Wait, where's my? I believe that this proves even more so that my defendant is not a bitch. No further questions for the witness, Your Honor.
Prosecution, would you like to cross-examine?
I would not, Your Honor.
Okay, moving to closing statements. Prosecution?
All right. Not only was he not shit.
Can I be dismissed or am I supposed to live forever?
Your moral support at this point. Oh, he's gone.
Just, Your Honor, he
Oh my god.
he does not have
You
his.
should be doing your job effectively. Thank you.
Your Honor, he does not have his inward pass. He refuses to share crack with fellow man. He killed the president with a gun and did not walk the plank afterwards. And finally, he did not come and play with us. Instead, he made food.
You know, if you had led with that, probably would have been guilty from the get-go. Okay, defense?
While I cannot disprove the fact that he did kill the president with a gun, or that he didn't walk the plank, I think I have provided more than enough evidence to show that my client is in
I
fact.
apologize,
not a
Your
bitch.
Honor. I got the shit spins.
With the evidence that I have put forward, raising the dead, selling alcohol to minors, provably making meth with Walter White, the only thing I can really prove is that he is a fucking retard, not a bitch. He's also
Jury?
fat. Still not a bitch, though.
Jury, I need you guys to deliberate. Okay, we have a bunch of fascists in the jury box. Those are really bad SS runes, by the way.
I know. Close enough. We got the point across.
So, jury, if you would kindly deliberate on whether or not Michael Fiegel is guilty of being a bitch.
Oh, that's the wrong button. No, that's the wrong other one. Other button.
Nah, no. He guilty.
Okay, Chow Hunk.
Hung. So it
Your
comes
Honor,
down
we-
to me.
Guilty, bro.
Hung like
It's a hung
nobody
jury.
else in this courtroom. On the simple grounds that he refused to play games with us, guilty.
God damn it!
Yippee!
I worked my fucking ass off.
I think Eric provided a pretty good fucking defense for that. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a good defense, but Michael is being a bitch and making
Goddamn
dinner, so.
fucking kangaroo
Yeah.
court. I hate you.
Finally, a judge that's not biased.
Fuck you!
Damn.
Nicholas on defense?
Oh.
Nick on defense.
Why did I get?
Nick
Why did
on
I?
defense.
I alt tabbed at the wrong time.
Because you know my prosecution record is wonderful.
Like that, no one wants to be defense.
Well, I just did it, otherwise I would.
Yeah, I just did some.
Give me a second. I'm grabbing some water.
Some agua.
Some fucking agua. So I don't pass out at work later, you know? Drink water before.
Fuck it, pass out at work later, go home.
No, I don't want to. But no!
Fuck it, just show up, shit your pants, and go home. What are they gonna do? Ask you to stay at work with shit-filled pants?
But believe it or not, I think someone did that yesterday.
What the fuck?
they tell him to go home?
no. Somebody went home early and they were like moving people around. And the lead was like, "Hey, so this guy left. I need you to go over here." And I was like, "Okay." And then later on, one of the other temps was like, "Oh, such and such went home. I guess he was either throwing up or shitting his pants, one of the two." I was like, "What?"
Well,
So it
He
does
wasn't,
now,
work.
he wasn't feeling too good.
well, now you know
Irrefutable
what you
evidence
need
that
to do.
shitting your pants works.
Yeah, just go shit your pants. What's stopping you, pussy? Pussy? Just push. Just push.
Hmm.
Listen, sometimes.
Welcome, welcome.
Cool, guys. This trial's awesome. Zero talking.
What? What?
Fucking writing shit down when you want us to say.
You gotta give us.
Golden, how are you?
How's your day,
Cringe.
God, it's so good to be with you.
Eric? Just a kid.
Mine's with pickaxes like kids.
Like actual kids.
I just spilled water
That
all over
picture
myself.
anymore.
Did you?
No. I'm so sorry for you, Blue.
All right, prosecutor, would you make your opening statement?
Fuck you.
Your Honor, this man is obviously a devilish fiend that... I'm trying to talk here. Disrespectful little brat. Thank you, bailiff. Your Honor, my client is an absolute fiend. He went goblin mode on the children of all cases. As you can see here, he went goblin mode and killed 7 children, and then he jorked it.
Didn't you jork it?
I'd say that's pretty damning evidence.
Goblin moon. All right, defense.
Your Honor, I can tell you that he didn't go goblin mode because, in fact, he went to the Diddy party where he consumed 80 gallons of mustard, and his tummy was rumbly afterwards, so he couldn't go goblin mode.
Objection, Your Honor.
I can't draw it. Oh my god.
You weren't there.
Your Honor, if I may,
All right.
this nigga lying.
Well, seeing as how they
I
both
can't.
Objection. Objection.
yeah, yes, go ahead.
Your Honor, the defendant and the defense didn't kiss the homies goodnight. Are they really a reputable source?
Your Honor, I can refute that evidence with ease if you will give me a moment.
Of course, of course.
Your Honor, I would like to counterspell that evidence.
All right. Counterspell evidence.
Well, you can't counterspell. Oh, okay, they both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Honor, obviously, the defendant is trying to shift blame. You see, he went to the Diddy party to go Goblin mode and kill 7 children and then jork it.
Your
What
Honor,
else
my
do you do
client
at a Diddy
may,
party?
my
Shut up,
client
shut up.
may
I'm
have
talking. I'm talking.
wished
You're
to
not
go
talking.
Goblin mode,
Bailiff,
but
can
he
you do
consumed-
something about this, please? Thank you. What else do you do at a Diddy party? That's what you go to Diddy parties to do. That's why I don't go there, because that's not my kind of scene. But Eric, obviously his kind of scene. That's where he thrives, because they bring the children there. He doesn't even have to go and find them. They're just right there for him to go Goblin mode, kill him, and jork it. I
Yeah.
rest my case.
Anyway, defense, you had something to say?
Yes, Your Honor. See, my client may have desired to go Goblin mode. However, when he went to the Diddy party and consumed 80 gallons of mustard and his tummy became rumbly, he was incapable of going Goblin mode because his tummy was too rumbly.
Objection. Your Honor, who's to say that he didn't eat the 80 gallons of mustard after he killed the 7 children and jorked it? You can obviously fit all those events into one Diddy party. We know how Diddy parties go. You can easily fit all of that into one timeline. He simply went Goblin mode, killed the children, and jorked it, then ate 80 gallons of mustard out of guilt. And then his tummy was rumbling.
Defend?
Your Honor, the first thing you do at any good Diddy party is lube up. Well, unfortunately, Diddy missed his shipment of lube this day, so we had to use the 80 gallons of mustard as the lube. So that was why he consumed 80 gallons of mustard, and his tummy was rumbly.
Hold on. Objection.
Yes.
So are you saying that he consumed it or that they used it as lube? Because it can't be both.
Well,
can.
it got into his body one way or another, is all I'm going to say.
So you admit he was touching kids?
No,
with
I
mustard.
admit that he consumed a shit ton of mustard, about 80 gallons worth, as I'm looking at here as my notes.
And how did he go about consuming that 80 gallons of mustard?
Let me check here. Hold on.
Because I'm willing to bet that
It
he
looks like
poured it
both
on the body of
rectally
the
and
children.
orally. Now I don't know about you, but that's a lot of caspian going into your body, and that's not exactly a great scene for the tummy.
I'm willing to bet that the defendant went Goblin mode, killed the 7 children, jorked it, put mustard on their bodies, and then consumed the mustard. I would like to call my first witness.
All right. Would you like to cut yours or the defense's?
Mine. So, Mr. Stress Intern, is it true that you helped organize the Diddy party?
Yeah.
So, how many children were there at the party?
Oh, they don't normally let me look at stuff like that. However, I got a promotion actually. So I was actually in charge of the shipments. About 84.
Shit.
84 children at one party. And what about how many children get allocated per guest?
Oh, that's not above pay grade, I must admit. If I had to guess, though, well, at least 1 per person, minimum.
So as you can see, he obviously went Goblin mode and took the children of 6 other patrons. And then, can you confirm that those 7 children were found dead at the crime scene, covered in mustard?
I think I need a lawyer to answer this.
Your Honor, this is leading the witness.
That is indeed leading the witness.
Your Honor, the defendant's a bitch.
I kind of spelled that, remember?
You
No,
did.
you counterspelled
Come
that you
to
weren't
Brazil.
there.
Come to
You're
Brazil.
just a bitch.
Come to Brazil. Come to Brazil.
Bailiff, you gonna do something about that? No further questions, Your Honor.
Would you like to cross-examine defense?
Okay. Yes, I would. I would like to cross-examine. So, there were in fact dead children, correct?
I mean, I believe so, but I obviously without a lawyer and present, I must say that it's all hearsay.
Listen, you got two lawyers
Okay.
right here. You got
Now-
one really good one, me, and the shitty one over there.
Quick question. The shipment of lube, did it arrive that day?
It did actually. I was in charge of that.
Your Honor, I would like to hang this motherfucker for lying. He's perjury.
Wait. Who's lying?
The witness is committing perjury right now.
I mean, I told him earlier that I was in charge of that too. So
Do you have any more questions, defense?
No, not for this unhonorable man.
Would you like to call yours or move to closing?
I guess I can call the homeless man up.
Homeless man. What?
God, what's that smell?
Okay. Is it true that you live on 7th Street, which is where the Diddy party was located?
yeah.
Now, is it true that you did see a Mr. Hines yellow mustard truck come in that morning?
I did.
Mr. Hines? Who the fuck is this guy? Everyone knows it's Hines 57.
Off-brand. They gave me
Now-
a model.
Was it? When did you hear the children's screams? Was it later in the evening, or was it when the mustard van arrived?
After the mustard van.
After the mustard van. All right. Well, that's all I got on it.
Would you like to cross her for?
I would like to cross-examine. So, Your Honor, you can see that my time frame is starting to build itself. The mustard came after the children. He put the mustard on the children and consumed the mustard that way. So, Mr. Homeless Man. Oh. Is it true that you saw my client go in there, heard screams, and saw him come out covered in mustard and possible human remains?
I passed out after that. Mustard truck came in. I'm getting a phone call on Discord. You give me 1 second.
This bitch.
Sorry, no. I saw the mustard van arrive and they were screaming children. The sound
What
of
the
them
fuck?
lulled me into a deep slumber. So anything after
You can't
that,
just take away our ability to draw. We have rights.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I feel oppressed. I need to riot.
The sounds of
This
the
is what
children
it's like
screaming
being
may have
black.
turned me on just a little bit.
All right, moving to closing statement. Oh. Bailiff, I kind of need them to be uncuffed.
Well, they don't stop throwing things.
I only threw things as he threw
Tough
things
us.
at
We
me.
didn't throw anything. We've been
So-
drawing.
Your Honor, as you can see, the time frame of events, he showed up to the Diddy party, went goblin mode, killed the 7 children, and jorked it as the mustard van arrived. He then took the mustard, put it onto the remains of the children, consumed the mustard, and then left.
Is it fabrication?
You're a fabrication. I bet you don't even...
Continue. Defense.
That's all, Your Honor.
That's all. Defense. Closing
Your
statement.
Honor, we found that there was mustard found in,
He threw it
in the
first.
defendant's system at the time of the accusation or the arrest. So he was incapable of committing these heinous crimes at the Diddy party, and I would argue that it was Diddy himself that probably did this, which is why he's also on trial. My defendant was just a poor, mustard-eating, lubed-up man that was found at the Diddy party with a tumbly wumbly.
Full of children,
He did not eat any children.
but he did.
There was no evidence provided here that he ate children.
Why else would you put mustard on something if you're not gonna eat it?
All right, jury, what's your verdict?
Jerry, give me just a second. I'm writing down my verdict. The court demands.
Give me
Court
just.
demands that you rape the prosecution, and we hereby find this man not guilty.
I second that. Not guilty.
Not,
guilty.
Fuck you guys.
not guilty.
I don't know.
Thank you so
Nick
much,
made a
Nick.
pretty.
I just got fucking this dude off murder for consuming mustard at a Diddy party.
Well, first and
Obviously
foremost,
kangaroo court.
Some mustard.
Obviously, kangaroo court. This is
person.
bullshit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was looking at my evidence like before he even like made any accusations, and I just saw the Diddy party, 80 gallons of mustard and rumbly tumbly, and I was like, all right, well, I have no idea what he's gonna do, but this is what my defense will be.
Yeah. First and foremost, 87
My
fucking
cards were
kids at a Diddy party. Like
loaded.
what?
My cards were goaded.
Did he
This
do it?
was a sham trial.
My cards were goaded.
Well,
Nick had a pretty good defense.
you,
I'm gonna be honest with
you both did really well. I was just leaving it up to the jury at that point.
Fuck you, jury.
Listen,
love
I
you, the two-man
received
jury.
$5 million in my bank account, so.
So you admit it was a sham trial.
But see, it's over, so it doesn't matter.
Alright.
That's it. I'm killing myself.
Just wait on you, Eric.
I think Eric is at the Diddy party.
You know, I'm starting to think maybe Eric should stop making so many pedophile jokes.
Hey,
Oh, I have a little
That
dog.
dog. Can I pet that dog?
The dog. The dog. Dog did it.
I gotta.
Why do you have just a dog in front of you? Interesting, he's not answering me.
Huh? What?
Why is it that you have a dog in front of you?
The dog is my assistant. He's acting as my table currently.
I was trying to write.
When I smack
Now-
you guys, does it make you stop writing?
yes, it does.
Now, if one of you starts misbehaving, the dog coming after you.
The hot
What about
dog.
If you pet him, he like extends.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
gets
you
hard.
pet his forehead. Yeah, he gets hard.
Oh, shit.
He stretches, gets long.
Tyler,
spend
you're
all-
wasting so much
Must-
paper over there. What the fuck?
I'm gonna spend the whole fucking thing drawing
Take
this.
a
All
look
right,
at my
y'all.
work.
They,
Take a look at my
I,
artwork,
Hold on.
Blue.
Hold on.
I think you'll find it some
Rape,
pretty closing
murder,
case,
theft,
yo.
perjury, Bitcoin schemes, arson.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Obviously, the
Christ.
worst thing on there, eating pizza.
Fred guy.
He's kind of a fucking domestic
Fucking
kind
menace,
of a domestic
dude.
terror, Your Honor, if I may deliver my opening statement.
Interesting. Actually, we were gonna go to you now. Anyway, what is your opening
Let's,
statement, prosecutor?
So, as you'll see,
Bailiff?
He looked at me funny.
I didn't even look at you. All right, so as you can see, let the evidence show that this man not only killed 7 children, okay, but we also
that did
found that he shot up a school. Okay, we also found that he had a soul ring. Okay, obviously for nefarious purposes. And we've also found that the man was accused of witchcraft. So let it be shown that this man is not only a monster, he's a general discrepancy to
Whoa.
society and should be systematically
Whoa.
weeded out of the gene pool.
Interesting.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Interesting. Defense?
On a serious note, real quick though, so these are custom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they like specific for defense and prosecution?
No,
Or they just randomized?
It's random.
You just make like a
Okay.
bunch of them and they just hand them out randomly.
Oh my god. Because all of these are damning. Like all of these are damning.
It's kind of the way it be.
That's fucked. I don't even know what to do.
Hiccups.
Yeah.
Well, this is the least crazy one I
Little
have.
bit.
See,
Wait,
Your
what
Honor,
is it?
as I said before, this man is a fucking monster. He raped the kitten. Come on now.
So
He's
defense,
wanted
your
for fucking
defense
rape.
is that he also raped the kitten to add on to the charges?
Your
Oh,
Honor, I have nothing for this man. I just need you to believe me. He did not do it. There may be video evidence of the crime. But I would like to say that AI is very real these days, and people like Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah,
He's
AI
a-
raped the kitten.
Excuse me, bailiff. I'm trying to talk. Do you mind? Thank you.
Do you mind
Carson, what do you think
checking
of this?
There are
What
tons
the
of
fuck?
AI videos that exist of this man.
Blue, can you
There
read
is
this?
a-
Because I can't.
If you read it.
Order,
Yes,
please.
alright, is everybody done?
As you were saying, I'm sorry.
Mr. Freddy Fazbear is a childhood staple. There are so many things, products, services, video games that children love. He might have been seen raping a kitten, but it was a AI video. That is all.
You broke the prosecution's jaw.
Oh my god.
Oh my, what the hell?
Oh,
Okay, so your defense is that it's AI videos and that the evidence of the crime
so
happening is false.
I
Hey, give me one. Holy fuck.
have an objection though.
I understand that. I'm more just establishing the facts of what the defense is bringing
Okay,
forward.
okay, understandable. You're a fag.
Oh my god. Great picture, Nick.
That is a really
So
good
yes, your
photo.
defense is that the video evidence of the crime is AI, not an actual piece of information, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, interesting. And prosecution moving
All right.
forward. You said you had an
Uh,
objection.
Yeah, I do have an objection. So you're telling me that that's AI footage and that he not only sold dog poop to the kitten that he raped, but that the video evidence of the crime is false? Oh no, it's pretty funny to me that you just bring up that he raped the kitten as your defense. Oh look, he's got nothing to say. Oh, it's because it's open and shut case.
Hey,
No
Order,
sir,
because I'm being polite and letting you talk. You know.
I'm shit
This is your
talking.
prosecution. Could you offer that same respect to defense?
I'll try.
Now, defense. You have a
Yeah,
rebuttal?
so I would like to address the accusation of the witchcraft. He did summon a Lovecraftian. It was on accident. He did not mean to do that. And in addition to the AI
alright, sir.
videos that
I don't know
occurred,
you.
the Lovecraftian god was the
You.
one actually committing these crimes. In addition to that, he just dropped his pocket, right? He didn't know what he was doing. And quite frankly, once he summoned it, he just went goblin mode. He had blurry vision, he didn't know what he was
Whoa.
doing. We would also like to try to plead for insanity if he does become guilty of these crimes.
This is interesting. Prosecution. Have any rebuttals?
Give me just a second, Your Honor. I am
So
fixing
far,
my,
his evidence is looking quite solid. So is yours.
So, yeah, Your Honor, I think it's a pretty open and shut case. This man is clearly not only
Sir.
being accused of all these things, but is very, very guilty of. And not only should he be
You are hereby
put to
deeded
put
for
to death,
drawing
but
his
I
really
feel like
flag.
being put to death is a little too nice for him. I feel like we should send him somewhere to some other prison where they're like not really that nice to their inmate. Like maybe we send him to North Korea.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objections?
This man is trying to run the court here. He's giving ideas to the jurors with no evidence. and swaying
I
your
have
judgment.
I'm sorry, we have 10 pieces of evidence and you claim I got no evidence? You got no evidence. All your
Well,
evidence points to me being correct.
You're not speaking to the jurors. You're speaking
I'd
to
like
the
to call
judge
my
in this
witness to the
scenario.
stand, Your Honor.
If I may, beforehand though, I'd like to just establish a few things here. As I've noticed, you haven't really countered most of the points here, at least for the accusation of the of witchcraft. That is going to be stricken from the record, as he does have a counterpoint to that, and you had no counterpoint to his
That's completely fair. That's fair.
As for the rest, they will still stand at the moment, and we will call your witness, the doctor, to the stand once I figure out how to do it.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Doctor, you said you are an expert in the penile gland,
Indeed.
specifically the animatronic bear variety.
Indeed. I mostly try to
okay.
focus on gynecology, of course, but you know.
You and I both understand that necrosis on the penis would only come from fucking an animal, right?
That is indeed true. You would only
Okay,
receive.
so thank you. And
like
Mr.
my
Fred
artwork,
Bear
Blue?
over there, Mr. Fred guy, you also you've been seeing him for many years, correct?
Help! I'm being repressed.
I've seen him every once in a while, and he has come in with.
And, he has come in with penis necrosis, correct?
It would be something like that. I wouldn't know, but
Okay.
yes, that is.
And let me just clarify for the court, Your Honor. Penis necrosis is when the skin of your penis starts falling off because of the bacteria surrounding it, typically from fucking animals and dead bodies.
Your Honor, objection.
No
Relevance.
further questions for my.
The witness is the.
Relevance. My evidence, the evidence you put forth that he raped the kitten. That's the evidence put forth. The necrosis on his penis came directly from. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Fucking the kitten. Oh, it lines up with what my witness is telling me. Would you like to cross-examine?
Your Honor, the witness is the professional here, and he gave us a definition for something that is out of his scope of practice.
Oh, I've
That's
looked
actually
into
a
it.
really
I've
good
looked into
point.
it as I've looked into going up against this man for a very long time. I've been trying to take this perk down for a total of 3 years now, Your Honor. And we finally got him in, and I figured talking to his personal doctor might shed
Your
a little
Honor,
light on the
relevance
situation.
again. How is this
Dude,
relevant to the
there you
case?
No.
Relevance? That was a very good explanation of how it lines up. I don't know if you're not
No,
listening to
unfortunately,
something.
nope. I do agree with him that it relevance.
Relevance?
Any further questions for your witness?
No, I already asked if you'd like to cross-examine.
Would you like to cross-examine?
No, thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you for your time, Mr. Doctor. How do I kill you?
Oh.
Interesting case here. And defense, would you like to call forth a witness?
Yes, I would like to call for the nosy janitor. Hi, Miss Janitor. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
I just have a couple questions for you. It'll be very quick.
Of course.
Whenever you were cleaning, do you ever interact with Mr. Fred Guy?
He's just never going to erase that, Blue.
No, no, I'm not.
I tried to pick up the pace and always clean up after him. It is my job to make sure the animatronics go back to their stage, of course.
Okay. Have you witnessed Mr. Fred Guy summoning any Lovecraftian gods or horrors or using witchcraft?
I believe he was trying to show off to me, impress me, one point, and then he told me he was going to try to perform a spell that he found in a book somewhere, and it just accidentally happened, of course.
Okay.
I'm not doing this on purpose, I promise. I'm trying to fix it.
Was
I'm
this
sure there's a way
man,
you can like import images onto this.
has
I
this
really
man
wish
ever
there was
put you in danger?
Can you uncuff me? I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was fixing it.
Luckily, there was no danger involved. We quickly covered up the misunderstanding with the god and let him go on his merry way.
Okay, thank you very much.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. How would this nosy janitor know anything about the Lovecraftian gods?
That's the whole point of having a witness.
Your
I
Honor,
think the point of relevancy. Yes.
Your Honor, this janitor
Wish there was,
cleaned
like,
up
an
after
actual
Mr.
paint.
Fred Guy at his location at the facility.
Objection. Everybody knows that anybody under the effects of a Lovecraftian god would be afflicted by some sort of madness. And this man, I ask, is he mad in any way, shape, or form? He sounds pretty coherent and cohesive to me. He doesn't sound like he's suffering from any form of fucking madness. So what say you, defense?
Whoa, language, sir.
Nosy
Language.
janitor, under oath, can you tell me, are you under the influence of any Lovecraftian gods?
Like I mentioned before, we encountered him, we did discuss with him, but luckily we were able to clear up the misunderstanding of summoning him, and were able to go part our ways while he went about his business and we continued on ours.
Is that a yes or a no?
That is a no. I am not under the influence.
Thank you very much. Does that answer
And
the
would you like
question, Your Honor?
That's to me. Would you like to cross-reference prosecution?
I have one more
I
question,
would.
Your Honor.
I would actually
apologize.
like
One more
to.
question.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, he has one more question. I apologize. I got hasted.
I would like to say one last thing here. Miss Janitor, did you ever witness this man commit any crimes in your presence?
In my presence, no, but I do recall he had a bad rep a long time ago with some children in a pizzeria.
Okay. And as we know, this man has already served those sentences from what he did to those children. Thank you. Nothing further.
Your Honor, if I could, so you claim you're not under the influence of any sort of Lovecraftian god, correct?
Correct. I am not under the influence at the moment.
And just for the court, would you say that your mental state is of the calm, sound variety, and not the insane, maddened variety?
Well, I would guess, or I would say that probably working for Freddy this moment would be insane. Because who in the right mind would
no
take up
further
the
questions,
jobs?
Your Honor. Your Honor, I would actually use that as grounds to motion to strike summon to Lovecraftian God because this is not a reputable witness, as they are not suffering from any sort of madness. And one would know that in order to see a Lovecraftian God or communicate with them, you would have to suffer from some sort of madness. I rest my case.
Interesting point.
There would be no way of them knowing if he was communing with a Lovecraftian God or not.
I shall have that straight from the record as well, then. Alrighty. Any further questions for the witness? I take that as a
Nothing further.
Nothing further. I don't know why the
All
fuck
right,
I got
witness?
these goddamn earrings on. Just have a
Nothing
cigar.
Okay. Moving to the prosecution, do you have any closing statements?
I do have a closing statement, Your Honor. Go ahead and let the evidence show that not only is this man guilty, but he committed every single crime in the book, from killing children to shooting up a school to raping a kitten after selling it dog poop. On video, not only did he drop their pocket, but he went goblin mode and simply murdered, thieved, perjured, went on several Bitcoin scams, committed arson, committed libel, ate pizza, and committed acts of domestic terrorism to the entire town. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Alrighty, in defense.
Your Honor, there have been so many slanders from my client, so many fake AI videos that have been created and discovered.
I wasn't doing nothing.
In his defense, selling dog poop to a cat. Cats have no way to verbally communicate English. They also have no trade or currency system. Very confusing how that
objection,
works.
relevance.
Okay, this is a closing statement. You cannot
Closing
interrupt me.
statement.
Thank you. He might have raped the kitten. That is probably true.
Knock the fuck off, you
I'm
two.
not going to lie. But he was going goblin mode. You know, we have the janitor saying she never witnessed anything, and it was all in not an ill will. Nothing further. Thank you.
Jury, you've been paying attention to all this, I assume? yeah, okay. So, with all the evidence brought forward, and you have deliberated, what's the verdict from the jury?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay.
Nick, what's your
Hang
deliberation?
that
It seems
nigga
to be a
now!
little conflicting.
We have a split jury. Do you two wish
If
to
you'll
deliberate
if
further?
you'll see my evidence,
My evidence.
That sure does sound like not a super good evidence there, Nick. Would you like to try again?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's one
That was
of my
great
best.
art, but what relevance does that have to the case?
It's a bear. The defendant's also a bear.
yeah, let's go.
Bro literally had the entire deck stacked against him and somehow walked out not
That was
guilty.
so bad.
Hung jury, hung jury.